Hey, awesome people of YouTube, welcome back to another Baldur's Gate 3 class overview. Right, before we get started, I just want to say thank you everyone who watched it. Do let me know what your favorite class is and the builds. And if you do enjoy this type of content, let me know down by leaving a like, comment, subscribing, and sharing. Let's grow this channel. And I do stream Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 4 p.m. And I do have my Discord we can join and we can talk there. Right, and last but not least, if you want to see something else on the channel, let me know down in the comments. I read them. But let's get started and let's talk about today's class, and that is rogue. Rogues, think of them as, whatever you think about a rogue. They're stealthy. Right? At level 1, you get sneak attack, melee, and ranged, but you can only use them when you have advantage against that target. For melee, it works within 1.5 meters. As long as you don't have disadvantage against them. For ranged, as long as you don't have disadvantage within 1.5 meters, but for ranged, best would be like you're hidden and in high ground, right? You have dexterity saving throw, intelligence saving throw, simple weapons, hand crossbow proficiency, long swords, rapier, short sword, light armor. Personally, I would use light armor. You can use hand crossbows, right? They're pretty fun, and probably rapiers or short swords, right? For your ability points, you don't really care about strength because your damage does not come from strength. Intelligence, wisdom, and charisma don't necessarily need, but I would definitely get some charisma if you want to be a party face. Right, definitely Constitution 16, just for the sake of being be able to talk to people, get some discount, and kind of be like a party face. Right, that's if you mean. If it's your secondary or like your companion, well, not secondary but your companion, you don't necessarily need that. You can do something like this for charisma if you want to be a party face. Constitution 16, but you can do 14 if you want to be a little bit more tanky. If you are primarily up close. Dexterity, you want to have 17, especially if you get onto Ethelhera to get 18, and then get ability score improvement, you get to 20 because your damage comes from that, your initiative comes from that, and it also helps with your armor class. That is your biggest stat, like strength for melee characters. You know about dexterity, right? Something like this also works. Now for skill proficiency, you get 4 of them. As being a rogue, you definitely want to have stealth, sleight of hand, acrobatics if you don't want to get pushed. Deception, also really nice. Then you get your skill expertise, which gives you even more, doubles your proficiency bonus. Obviously sleight of hand because you're rogue, it's about your stuff, and stealth, because you want to have that as much. Right? Then you get your name. If you want to change it, that's up to you. Now, let's get into the next, to your level 2. And you get some cool stuff, So at level 2, you get more health, cunning action hide, cunning action dash, and cunning action disengage. All 3 of those cunning actions utilize bonus action. So hide, if you succeed a stealth check, you're hidden. You prefer to use that when it's in the darker areas or areas that avoid enemy sideline. Just they don't see you, so they don't know where you are. They might go towards where your last location is, but if you attack or cast a spell, it will reveal your location. So it's good to reposition. Dash, it doubles your movement speed. And disengage could be really awesome because it allows you to move without opportunity attack, without enemy using opportunity attack, which is huge because opportunity attacks are pretty much gives an enemy a free attack on you. You never want to give them that. At level 3, you get your subclass, or your specialization. Right? You also get health. Remember, we're going to be talking about specializations later. Right? So basic things, I'm going to use assassin, but normally you just get health and pick your subclass, right? That's it. which is not that much for level 3. Level 4, same. You don't really get much. You just get new feet and health. For feet depends what you utilize. If you utilize, if you're primarily ranged, something like sharpshooter is massive, because what sharpshooter allows you is it's same thing as great weapons. You get -5 to your roll, but you do additional 10 damage, but you can turn it off. But what you can get, why this one is huge, is because your ranged weapon attacks ignore high ground rules. So if you're on the low ground, you can shoot and not get the penalty. Massive, right? Another good one, if you want to, you can utilize like alert. If you want to be able to move even faster or before everybody. Ability score improvement is really nice. You know, dual wielder, really good, because it allows you to utilize 2 weapon fighting even if they're in light, and it gives you +1 to armor class while with a melee weapon in each hand, which you cannot do with like heavy weapons, like 2-handed weapons. Okay. Those are good. It depends on what you want to use. Most of the time, you're probably gonna go with sharpshooter. Right. Remember, you can turn off all in. The low ground is massive itself. Right. At level 5, you get health and uncanny dodge. That's about it. You know, uncanny dodge, what it allows you is, you know, allows you to, when you get hit, allows you only take half the usual damage, which is pretty good. You know, so instead of getting hit for like 20, you get hit for 10. You know, at level 6, that's it. So you get health, well, and skill expertise, so you can get a little bit more. So for example, instead of having deception 4, you get 6. You know, which is pretty nice if you want to be, like, you know, party face, or if you want to be able to do some stealthy stuff. Level 7, you get evasion and more health. It doesn't seem like the rogue gets a lot of cool things, but unfortunately, it's true. For evasion, it's pretty much the same thing as uncanny dodge. It is, you know, it lets you dodge out of the way of spells. Though, if they succeed, when the spell or effect deals half the damage and successful dexterity roll. If it deals no damage, deals no damage if you succeed, and only half the damage you fail. So if you succeed your dexterity saving throw, guess what? It deals no damage. If you fail, you only take half, which is really nice. So you don't get damaged by a lot, or get massive damage taken. Level 8, you get feet and a new health bonus. Right? So for your feet, if you want to, you can take ability score improvement and get your dexterity to 20 if you took anti-attal hair. If you didn't, you keep 19 dexterity, which is still pretty nice. Because remember, that's your damage, your armor class, and your initiative. Level 9, you get subclass features, which that's about it. You know, we're not gonna talk about, because subclass features depend on the subclass, but you get health. Right? At level 10, guess what you get? You get a new V, which is really nice, and you get more health. Right? So if you want to, you have your sharpshooter, but if you also want to be able to sometimes close a distance, dual wielder is really nice. You know, you get bonus +1 to your armor class, and you can use two weapons, which will use your action and your bonus action to attack. Your main will use action, and your offhand will use bonus action. Now at level 11, you usually get the usual health, and you get reliable talent. Reliable talent is when you make ability check with a skill you're proficient with, the lowest result you can roll on a die is 10, which is really nice. So if you're proficient with persuasion, you cannot roll lower than 10, you know. Or if it's stealth, same thing. I don't have level 12, but at level 12 you get the same thing, health and, well, new feet. Also, you also get a lot more sneak attack damage for every 2 levels. So at level 1 and 2 you get 1d6 sneak attack, 3 and 4 you get 2d6, 5 and 6 3d6, 7 and 8 4d6, 9 and 10 5d6, and 11 and 12 you get 6d6 sneak attack damage, which is really nice. So you'll be able to do a lot of damage. Right? It seems like there was not much to talk about Rogue Basic, but that's about it for the Rogue Basic. Now let's talk about different subclasses. Right, there's 3. we'll start with the Arcane Trickster, right? Which I didn't pick. Arcane Tricksters are rogues with a clever touch of magic, using illusions and enhancement to keep their opponents on the back foot. If you watched a TV show called Loki, Loki is also a good example, but the primary would be a Sylvie from that. She utilizes a lot of magic, right? At level 3, you get Mage Hand, which allows you to cast Mage Hand. You know, it's a spectral and invisible, and you can use it as like moving objects, throwing objects, stuff like that. You know, it lasts forever, or until it's destroyed, or until it is dismissed. Okay. You also get 2 spell slots. You get 2 cantrips. The cantrips you can utilize would be like Firebolt, Friends, Light, Ray of Frost, Poison Spray, True Strike, stuff like that. You know, the best cantrips personally would use are Firebolt and maybe Ray of Frost or Shocking Grasp, depending on your playstyle. For your spells, you have like Charm Person, Color Spray, Sleep, Disguise Self, Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Personally, Disguise Self is really nice, and Tasha Hideous Laughter. Tasha Hideous Laughter allows you pretty much to take the enemy out until you attack it, and Disguise Self allows you to be sneaky. Right? Level 4, you gain an additional spell slot. You know, that's about it. Level 5, you can replace spell from a wizard full spell list. You know, same as for level 5. Level 6, same thing. You choose one known spell and replace it with another from a full wizard spell list. Level 7, you get an additional spell slot for level 1, and you get 2 level 2 spell slots. Right? For level 2, you can choose some of the cool spell slots. You can use like Blur, Crown of Madness, Whole Person, Invisibility, Mirror Image, Phantasmal Force. Personally, Invisibility, because you're rogue, you want to be stealthy if you want to. And Whole Person, because Whole Person just pretty huge. Level 8, you can choose 2 new level 2 wizard spells like Arcane Lock, Blindness, Magic Weapon, Mel's Acid Arrow, Web, Shatter, a bunch of stuff. Probably Misty Steps and Scorching Ray are pretty nice, because Scorching Ray allows you just to do some damage, and Misty Steps to teleport. You can also take Cloud of Daggers, you know, and if you didn't take Invisibility, that is also nice. Level 9, you get Magical Ambush. While you're hiding, your targets have disadvantage on saving throws against their spells. It's pretty cool, you know, if you want to be like a stealthy spellcaster. Level 10, you get an additional level 2 spell slot, and you can replace some of the spells. Level 11, you can replace your spells with the wizard spells. Level 12, same thing, you know. Also, at level 10, 11, and 12, you get an extra cantrip. And by level 12, you'll be able to know 8 spells. You'll have 4 level 1 spell slot and 3 level 2 spell slot. Not bad, right? But that's about it for Arcane Trickster. Now, let's talk about the next one, which is a Thief. Thieves are utilizing their skills in stealth and largely to acquire whatever they wish, whether it be from a third-story window or death of long-forgotten wounds. Think of them as people who like climb windows to steal, or even somebody who's snatching, like, stealthily snatching a purse. That is Thief, right? At level 3, they get Fast Hands, which gives them an additional bonus action, and they get second-story work, which allows them to master the arts of falling, and they gain resistance to falling damage, right? And at level 9, they get Supreme Sneak. They blend into their environment so completely they become invisible. That's it. Thief. Not much going on. Kind of self-explanatory. They're still pretty decent. Right? Now let's talk about the one that I pick. Personally, probably one of the best ones to utilize, be it by itself or in combination with like a Ranger Gloomstalker for Gloomstalker Assassin or a few other bits. But it is Assassin. It is pretty much you prefer to deal Sublime Punishment to a single foe at a time, not in a duel. Mind, because duels implies chivalry and you're too busy getting a job done for the honor. Think of Assassin as like a stealth archer, you know, or like Assassin's Creed type stuff, except for less honorable. Now at level 3, you get Assassin Alacrity. You're quick as an alley cat, right, in a rain dark city. which allows you to immediately restore your action and bonus action at the start of the combat. So what you can do is, if you're using like Gloomstalker Assassin, you can attack an enemy with your two-handed or two handheld crossbows, doing your action and bonus action damage, and then since you have assassin alacrity, you restore both at the start of the combat. Pretty cool because it allows you to do a lot of damage. You also get assassin ambush. Any attack that you do against surprised creature or surprised enemy will be a critical. Really nice because you can surprise some enemies pretty easy, and some of them are really tanky, so you can do massive damage right off the bat. You also get assassin intuition or initiative. You are deadliest against unprepared enemies. In combat, you have advantage on attack rolls against creatures that have not taken a turn. So if you're attacking first, you have advantage against them. Pretty big. Now at level 9, you get infiltrate expertise. It allows you to gain disguise self ritual spell, which is really nice because you'll be able to disguise yourself, pretty much getting something like invisibility, right? But that is it for the assassin and for the rogue. Not much going on. They're a bit of lackluster in my opinion, but they're still decent, albeit as a little bit as a class by itself, or what a lot of people do is utilized as a multi-class. But with that said, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, comment, subscribe. Do let me know if you do enjoy the rogue, what you think about him, what's your best subclass for the rogue you think, or the worst subclass. I want to hear it down in the comments. But with that said, don't forget to stay awesome. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.